guys, Laura here. I'm sure you're sick of seeing my videos, but the good news is that they'll be spread out over the course of a couple of months. So today's video, I'm going to tell you the top 10 books that I really want to read from New York City Comic Con. I got a bunch of YA books from Comic Con that I want to share with you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. This is going to be a quick video. I'm just going to mention the titles and the blurbs on the back, and then I'm going to have a series of every month I talk about all the books that I got for that month, so you guys could have a heads up of what's coming out this month. So the first book I'm going to chat about comes out in March, and it's Sherwood by Megan Spooner. I don't know if it's like a companion series, but the first one she wrote was Hunted. I don't know if they're set in the same world, but this is the second one, and this is also the same author that writes with Amy Kaufman. She's going to do the Undying series coming out in January, which I'm really excited about. But this is Robin of Locksley is dead, and Maid Marian doesn't know how she'll go on. But I guess she becomes a version of Robin, which is kind of cool. This book comes out in March. I'm so excited for it. I will admit, I struggled a little bit with Hunted. I just wasn't as connected to the characters, but I have high hopes for this book. So hopefully this book is a little bit more successful than Hunted, and I will keep you guys updated on my progress. Super excited to read about that I did get from Comic-Con was Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. This book is from HMH Teen. It comes out in March. And this is another book that is about, it's about blood magic, and a princess is on the run. And that's really all that I know about it, but I've heard really good things about it. And HMH didn't go to Comic-Con the year before, so I don't have many of their books, but I heard really good things about this book, and hopefully I like it. I love books about runaway princesses. I always think it adds a lot to the story. And yeah, I know Bloodleaf is a roar of dark and luscious political fantasy layered with heady romance, magic, and ghostly intrigue. Though a delicious, creepy story that's told with a rockin' edge that will haunt you late into the night. So, sounds right up my alley. I'm super excited for this book. It does come out in March, but hopefully I will try to read it sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Bloodleaf. One of the first books I got from Epic Read was Stolen Time by Danielle Rowlands. And I know I have another one of hers. It's called Breaking Time, and that was like a political, a murder mystery, I think. But this one is a time-traveling novel. It's about two characters who are separated. One's in 1913 and one's in 2017. But they realize that they are centuries to them apart. Fate will bring them together. So that sounds really interesting. And I normally like time travel books. I didn't read any in 2018, so hopefully this year I read a bunch more. Yeah, it's about if there's ever a girl who was in trouble, there was one who's not going to board on time machine wearing a wedding dress. The last thing Asha needs is trouble if he wants to prevent his terrifying visions of the future from coming true. And Dorothy spends her life learning the art of the con, but after stowing away in a peculiar aircraft, she wakes to a chilling vision of the world she left behind. And for the first time in her life, she realized she's over her head. So that sounds super interesting. Yeah, I love going to conventions and getting these books because you never know what books you're going to like. So this seems really interesting, and hopefully that I like it. Another book that I picked up from Epic Reads was We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Majid, and this is about a boldly feminist look at freedom, family, and fighting for the power. And this is about a boarding school for girls, and they're trying to teach them into nice ladies, but I remember there has a bunch of political intrigue. But yeah, it sounds super interesting, and this is the first book in a sizzling fantasy duology. And I remember it has a love twist in it. It sounds really cool. This cover is also gorgeous, and this comes out in February. The next book that I picked up was Cerulean by Amy Ewing, and this is I think this is maybe a dystopian. Has always felt she didn't belong among the people of Cerulean. She's longing for the day when that they're connected to the city, but its world below finally severs and sent to the new planet. But when Sarah is choosing to sacrifice to break the Sarah wall to save her city, she doesn't know what to feel. And when she unexpectedly survives, landing in a planet called Cerulean, she knows she is in grave danger, for she is very different from the stories from the humans who inhabit this place, and she has heard terrible stories of their exploits. If Sarah has any hope to return to her city, she'll have to find the magic within herself to survive. That sounds super interesting. This is also the author that wrote the Jewel series. I never wound up reading that series. I think I had all the books at some point, but this book sounds interesting, so hopefully I'm able to read it. And again, this comes out in February. Simon & Schuster had a really big presence at New York City Comic Con. And the book that I picked up was Crown of Feathers by Nikki Paul Peruta. And this is about... I guess it's about Phoenix Riders. This cover is so pretty too. And this was part of the Shelf Queen series. You got like 5 books, and this was one of the books that we got. So I'm really excited for this book. But yeah, this cover is so pretty too. But yeah, this comes out in February as well. The next book I'm going to chat about is Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levasseur. I loved her her mermaid series, her Daughter of a Pirate King. I love that series. This book is about a god. She's trained. She's failed her test. Her father has banished her to a monster-filled wilderness. To win back her honor, she must kill the oppressive god who causes trouble. This book does come out in February. I'm so excited for this book. So hopefully I like it. I really love that duology, and hopefully it continues, and I like this book as well. The next 2 books are ones that are about to come out or did come out, and that's Circle of Shadows by Evelyn Skye. This is the same author that wrote The Crown's Game. I own it, I just haven't read it. But this is a fantasy series inspired by feudal Japan, which sounds super exciting. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything more, but I've heard really good things about it, so hopefully I like it. And the last book that I desperately need to read from Youre is Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the 2nd book in the Renegade series. I haven't read it. I have it signed to me, so I really do need to read it. But yeah, these are all the books, the top 10 books that I want to read from New York City Comic Con. I got so many others, but for the moment, I'm really excited about this. So let me know in the comments what book you're most excited to read, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.